Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a nice day. Here in Germany it's getting warmer outside and I'm really excited for spring to finally come because it's my favorite season of the year. So for today's video I'm kinda doing a sketch, but I'm first starting with black watercolor and then go over with a regular mechanical pencil, which you will see later in the video. And I use the watercolor very light with a relatively big amount of water, so I can build up the darker parts and it can't happen that the black watercolor becomes too dark. And I started doing that pretty recently, and I really like how it adds depth without looking like a watercolor painting. I also can blend the watercolor very nicely and don't have to go over and over with the pencil afterwards. I also realized that it actually is a very nice practice for painting portraits with watercolor, because mixing the skin color and getting the darker shadow colors right can be very time consuming and distracting if you're just starting out with watercolor portraits. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I made a sketch, liked it, decided to paint it with watercolor or gouache, but then mixed the skin color so wrong that I just had to give up the whole painting and then, basically threw everything away so I wouldn't have to look at that ugly thing anymore. Okay, so now I'm done with the watercolor base and I'm starting to sketch with my regular mechanical pencil. And I basically do the same as I would without the watercolor, but by layering the pencil on top of the watercolor shading gives it a, I would say, smoother look. I don't know how to explain that properly. But learning how to paint is a very long process and I'm totally fine with messing up everything. Also, if you make art, there will always be something you're very bad at, and if I would become really good at, for example, painting portraits, I guess I would stop doing it and start doing something I'm bad at. Okay, that sounds weird, but luckily I'll never become perfect at portraits, so I'll have to draw them my whole life, which is cool. What I actually wanted to say, but then I kept distracting myself with my own thoughts, is that by just practicing how to shade the face with just one color is really helping becoming better with painting faces. So I definitely would recommend trying that out, and maybe you will feel as if you improved too. I also have so much fun with it, so I guess I will continue drawing these kind of illustrations until I'm bored of it, which sometimes can happen very fast, and then I'll probably have to take a break and do some gouache illustrations of other random things. But for now, I'll just keep doing these black and white drawings. I also didn't plan on making her look kinda bored, but I really like how her face turned out. And I'm actually pretty okay with people looking very bored because, I feel them. So she's kind of my spirit animal for today. So now I'm done with her face, and the last thing I will do here is add some highlights with my white gel pen. And that's one of my favorite parts because I feel like now the face comes together and I can tell whether I like how it turned out or not. And now you see me starting to paint the hair. Here I used the black color straight without adding much water to it. At the parts where the highlights and the hair should be, I'm adding these lines you can see, And on the really dark parts, I'm just going over with the black color. I have to say that I'm not really happy with how the hair turned out. I rushed a bit over that part because I was recording it in the afternoon and it started to get darker, so I wanted to hurry up a bit. But since painting and drawing hair isn't so much fun for me anyways, I think I'm okay with how it turned out. And the last thing I did then was adding the red watercolor. I actually planned on making everything just black and white, but then I thought a bright red would look pretty cool, so yeah, that's why I added the red. And yeah, I would say this is it for the video. I hope you liked it. If so, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!